Great to be back. I've spoken in Croatia many times, and it's always been a pleasure.
Eto, nakon 10 godina od prvog intervjua, napisali ste knjigu koja se zove Fantomsko ja. Pa krenimo odmah od naslova i pogledamo kud će nas to sve odvesti.
Well, my contention is, and I think it's pretty obvious when you look at the world, is that the vast overwhelming majority of people are living a fake self-identity. And this is being systematically manipulated to, in effect, hold our sense of reality only in the realm of the five senses, which is a very, very, almost laughably narrow band of frequency that we're interacting with reality upon. For instance, according to mainstream science, the electromagnetic field, electromagnetic spectrum, is 0.005% of what exists in the universe. If you look at a graph of the electromagnetic spectrum, you'll see a tiny little sliver in the middle of it called visible light. That is all humanity can see. And if you can focus people's attention only in that realm of visible light and the world of the five senses, which basically says, can I see it, hear it, touch it, taste it? Oh, it must exist then. And if I can't, well, it can't exist. Well, actually, the entirety of existence, almost the entirety of existence, we can't see, and we don't interact with. And what I'm saying is that we, in our true and infinite self, are simply awareness. We are a state of being aware. When near-death experiences leave the body, when the body dies briefly, they tell a constantly common and recurring story that they were outside the body, but they could see, and not only could they perceive, their awareness massively expanded into multiple levels of reality they didn't even know existed before. Why? Because they are like all of us, are a state of being aware. The body, as I've been saying for so long, is like a biological computer. And when we are experiencing through the body is focusing our attention in that realm of visible light and the five senses. So that's basically what we perceive. When near-death experiences, their awareness, their point of attention, withdraws from the lens, the focus, the body. Suddenly, they are massively expanded in their awareness of everything. Now, obviously, we need this external vehicle to interact with this reality. Otherwise, I couldn't pick that glass up, because my awareness is on such a different frequency to that glass that it's like two radio stations sharing the same space. They don't interact with each other because they're on different frequencies. So our awareness has this external vehicle within the frequency band it is experiencing, i.e. this reality, and thus we can interact with it. However, if our focus of attention is entirely also only within this band of frequency, then we are in this world and we are of it. We have no other way of filtering our experience, filtering our sense of reality, except through the five senses. And what information is bombarding the five senses all day, every day? The education system, the mainstream media, science, medicine, corporations through their advertising and stuff. We are isolated in the five senses, if we allow it to happen. And then that isolated sense of awareness is programmed with a perception of reality, a perception of the world, a perception of self. And this isolated awareness I call phantom self. The real self is awareness. Phantom self is the perception that we are the labels we give ourselves. We are our name, life story, we're our race, we are our culture, we are our religion. They are not who we are. They are what our awareness is experiencing, and that's very, very different. If you start to misunderstand the difference between what we're experiencing and what we are, then you get pulled into the world of limitation, the world of I can't, the world of little me. Because when you can only perceive reality through the five senses, all you can see is limitation. You can see reasons why nothing can be done. But then when you start expanding your awareness beyond the five senses, you are now in the world physically, but you're not of the world in the sense of your point of observing the world. And the world starts to look very different. Now, instead of just seeing dots that seem to be unconnected, now you're seeing pictures. And it completely transforms the way you see not only the world, but yourself. What I've been incredibly encouraged by on this World Speaking Tour since last June 2016, going to Australia and America and all over Europe, is the number of people who are now starting to go through that process and starting to see the world differently. When they say to me, it's obvious, why didn't I see it before? Well, because you were there before. Now you're here. Now you're looking from a different point of observation, and thus you're seeing the world differently. And of course, once you start expanding your awareness into greater levels of insight, intuition, knowing, seeing through the illusion, that is a nightmare for any force that wants to hold humanity in a position of mass enslavement, because you can't enslave 7 billion people, quote, physically. Not that there is any physical, I'm sure we'll get into that, but you can't, there's not enough of you. So what you have to do is you have to hijack their perceptions of reality. And through that, you then start dictating how they see themselves, how they see the world, what they will support, what they won't support, what they will challenge, what they won't challenge. You control their lives once you control their perceptions. And absolutely crucial to this is the creation of Phantom Self, the creation of the illusion that what we're experiencing is who we are.
U tom kontekstu razmišljanja o